Well, very good morning, everybody, for Monday, the 14th of June. A couple of minutes late, just been talking about some engineering things, which you've managed to fix. Section 9 is serviceable again. Okay, what have we got? Well, cold fronts, very weak indeed, just sweeping over the UK, which will actually bring us maybe even a bit better conditions this afternoon with a bit more cumulus and sort of a light sort of southerly to westerly flow for most of the day. Nothing particularly significant other than that. Nice and blue, hot, and getting even hotter in the next couple of days or so. Looking at the satellite picture, over the UK at the moment, you've got fairly much no cloud. The evidence of sort of some frontal activity there, but as it comes towards us into the warmer air, we're not expecting it to sort of deteriorate any particularly further. We might see some high level cloud at times, but or maybe some build up of maybe some showers elsewhere in the country, but we're not expecting anything significant today in terms of weather. But some wave influence up sort of past Leeds and up into Edinburgh and into Scotland. If we have a look at the winds for today, we're looking at this one showing northerlies, which is interesting. It wasn't quite what was on there earlier. It's very light. It will mostly be westerly, but it was showing more of a southerly at times this morning. And the Metaphysics forecast, as you can see, showing that westerly for most of the day, becoming a little bit more northwesterly towards evening. And that theme continues for the next couple of days before, unfortunately, we get a little bit more unstable towards the end of the week. And I know there are some forecasts out for thunderstorms. We'll need to keep an eye on the longest day quite closely. Top temperature today, well, around here, I imagine 26, 27, might see 28, 29 in central London. It wouldn't surprise me at all. It's quite humid though, so dew points will still be sort of following sort of high teens. Hopefully not much more than that because it's felt a bit too muggy otherwise. At the moment, we've got a temperature of 20 degrees and a temperature of 12. David's forecast talking about the weak cold fronts. A reminder, don't ring me during briefing. It's a weak cold front arriving late afternoon. Yeah, temperature 23 degrees by midday and getting better, and hopefully some cumulus as we go later into the afternoon. That's the picture outside at the moment. Nice and clear. No grid at the moment. Maybe you've all started to get a little bit tired out. That's all right. Yeah, sounding, you can see that once we've got to about 22, 23 degrees, we can start to get convection to reasonable levels, at least sort of 2,500, 3,000 feet. And actually, if we look at that a bit further, yeah, 25, 26 would give us just a little bit more, up to maybe 3,500 feet. Be aware though, if we suddenly got too much heating, then obviously there is a bit of there's an instability line there, which means we could go right up, but nothing significant enough to bring off thunderstorms, but there's just that risk. Okay, weather at Farnborough, no significant weather and westerly today, and currently with that little bit of southerly current. Okay, potential flight distance for today. It'll be a late start. Good down towards sort of Salisbury and up towards Oxford. And if we look at sort of, it's not going to be a particularly early starting day in terms of soaring. So say 11 o'clock, we might see some shallow Q here, 3,000 feet. Lunchtime, 3,500 feet, blue shallow Q. Gets better, that sort of front passes, as long as it passes with not too much significance. We should see cumulus maybe sort of 4,500 feet or so. Bit more sort of moist as you go towards Birmingham and out towards Wales. And we can see that on here as it sort of breaks down a little bit early. So not a particularly huge task area today, but enough to have some fun with, no doubt, down towards out to the west, and maybe up a little bit to the north. Finish time today. Yeah, I mean, there might be some sea air effect, but it's unlikely. It's probably all set up sort of south downs, given the fact that the wind will come around to northerly. But yeah, 6 o'clock, it's still working locally, but not everywhere. Soundings, well, this is Larkhill at midday. We've got 22, 23 degrees, and that's giving us about 3,000 feet. Compare that to Fairford a bit later. It's a little bit more moist up there, but yeah, sort of 4,000 feet with about 23, 24 degrees there. And see just a little bit of convective available potential energy there with about 24 degrees at Larkhill at 2 o'clock, showing again around 3,500, 4,000 feet. So not as good as some of the days we've had. Hopefully, as that cold front comes through, a little bit more destabilizing, so that you get some proper cumulus, which actually works, because I realized the last couple of days, and I went flying yesterday, it was a little bit tricky under certain clouds. Okay. Airspace, silent active is normal. Just reminder their times now 6:30 in the morning till 10 at night, or 7 and yeah, pretty much 7:30 in the morning on a Sunday. So unless you're up really early, you can't go there anymore. What a surprise! Nothing changes with the Kiva danger area. There it is, active from 8:30 through till 5:30. We are getting some feedback on it now. Very grateful for that. Paragliders in that area as well. Fairford, Mats active all day, and yeah, Mill 80Z as it says on the yeah, call it Mats. But I mean, we were discussing yesterday, okay, the 80Z is active pretty much all the time anyway, but that little NOTAM just gives us that little bit more information that we need to keep our eyes out a bit. So yeah, Fairford is active all day. Joe Biden, I know, has gone off to Brussels now, so we won't be seeing it well. Parachuting, that looks like at Little Rissington, the normal cone. Oh, they've gone back to their different cone. The surface 4,000 feet is 3 nautical miles, 6 nautical miles from 4,000 to 8,000, a little bit wider above that. That's active from 2 till 2 in the morning. So yes, and that looks like we may get that for a couple of days. So yeah, keep an eye for that. I think 25 and 25 will be, yeah, lots of paragliders, what surprise, no issue with that. Goods, and I think there's some danger areas down at in the very far down towards Dartmoor active too. But other than that, 17 and 13 will be all the various danger areas, which require a little bit closer look, and of course you can't get crossing service through there at the moment. Okay, we are runway 27 today, and it'll be a fairly busy day, I think, in terms of training. We do have a jet movement. I'm just going to see where it is. The siren has just gone, so just keep well away from the runway if you could, please. As a reminder, unless you've spoken to one of us in the morning, the duty instructor, don't just park on the runway, take the launch one out, do anything like that, because it can cause us a bit of grief to get that sorted if you've left it there without knowing what's going to happen. So yes, jet movement landing at about 9:30. It's just in the south end area at the moment, tracking towards us. Have plenty of water. The water coolers in the clubhouse. Yeah, don't want to see you get dehydrated, sun cream and hat, all of that. Not. All right, we will see you a bit later today or later in the week. Bye for now.